Take cover, she said. Maybe could have used some of your own advice there. Yeah, you know what? No, this is not the time to be making fun of my fellow Overwatch players, especially not Ana players. I love playing with Ana players. Maybe try not to pay too much attention to my hooks today, okay? I'm really rusty. The only reason I came back to Overwatch today is because it's the last day you can play Overwatch before Overwatch 2 comes out and okay, you know what? Might want to just tap out of this video and ignore the gameplay. I don't want to have to apologize for every hook that I miss. You know, I'm actually kind of excited for Overwatch 2. I'm not happy about everything Overwatch 2 is bringing with it. Honestly, the biggest issue that I have with it is the fact that it's called Overwatch 2 when it's not so much a sequel, but rather a massive patch update. Plenty of other people have gone on about this, I'm sure you've heard it before, but honestly, after playing the beta, I can tell you with full certainty that having less shields and less crowd control make the game feel exponentially more fun in my opinion. I think Overwatch 2 is probably gonna be an upgrade for the most part. But I'm also feeling pretty sentimental, because Overwatch 1 and I have a long history together. I think this was the first game release I remember actually following a hype train for. I've had game releases that I've felt excited for before, but not nearly to the same degree as this. This game really felt like, on paper, it was made for me and my temperament. And I think I was right in that assessment from before the game even came out. The hype paid off, for me at least. Countless hours solo and with a number of good friends of mine. Beautiful characters with diverse color palettes, perspectives, and personalities that I adored, and pretty satisfying gameplay. I mean, yes, I know it's a meme that this game is unplayable with the crowd control and whatnot, but especially for the first 6 months or so of this game, you have to admit the gameplay kept people playing. Is there any other FPS game out there that can give you the gameplay quite like playing Genji or Tracer? Even with this state of the game, I cannot tell you how much dopamine gets shot into my veins every time I get that hook. She blew herself up. Wasn't even me. You know what? This game wasn't all good, was it? The devs kept adding more and more crowd control to the game. The metas always got really stale really fast too. The developers like to post updates on the forums when literally no one reads forums. I remember when Brigitte was added to the game and the insanity that was balancing that hero. The community was well known for being toxic. The updates got more and more sporadic. A lot of my friends ended up complaining about these issues and moved on to other games, and probably rightfully so. I kept with the game though, for such a long time, because something about the game really spoke to me. The toxicity, crowd control, and shield-bashing Swedish women couldn't keep me away from the game. I'd have friends return to the game from time to time with the same sentiment. Winning can feel fun, but man, losing feels really bad in this game. It's sad when you can tolerate BS well enough to enjoy a game in spite of the stupid aspects of said game when everyone else can't stand it. It's hard being a glass half full kind of person when everyone around you is a glass half empty person. Woe is me, right? I'm such a victimized, positive thinking person in a world full of people who just want to play video games that are better designed. But it actually is kinda lonely. Friends really help with the fun of this game, so having them all drop out one by one was understandable, but kinda sad. While I do have a higher tolerance for a lot of the game-related issues, I have less tolerance behind Blizzard the company that got outed with a big scandal for a frat boy culture with a lot of sexual harassment and misogyny. You probably have already heard of this ongoing scandal, and if you haven't, it goes very deep and it is very bad. You can look it up for yourself if you care enough. I've been struggling with the concept of separating the art from the artist. I've had this happen before with music artists and YouTubers who I look up to. I want to admire their work, and they have clearly had a major influence on my life and my own creative work. But then they do that one awful thing. They get cancelled, and I can't stand the artist behind the art anymore. When this news about how awful Blizzard was hit, I felt kinda disgusted with the fact that I gave such a morally corrupt organization $40. But at the same time, I do love Overwatch. I hate how I can't reconcile my hatred for the artist and my love for the art. I hate how the real world is like this. I wish people who are morally corrupt were only capable of making bad art, and people who are good were the only ones who could make good art. The real world is more complicated though. I think this game taught me a lot about what draws me to the specific games I play. You know what my favorite thing about Overwatch 2 thus far is? It's not the new sound design, gameplay, balance changes, it's not the new 5v5 format, or the reworked heroes, or the diminished crowd control. My favorite thing about Overwatch 2 thus far is a voice interaction. A voice interaction between my main, Roadhog, and Ana.
Stay out of trouble, Nana.
As long as you get into plenty.
Yes, ma'am.
That's it. My favorite part of Overwatch 2 thus far. Now, if you know anything about the lore of Overwatch, you should know that Roadhog is a bad guy. Not Talon or anything, but a wanted criminal nonetheless. And Ana is a good guy, like fairly important character in the original Overwatch crew. Generally speaking, good guys and bad guys don't get along in these voice interactions before the game starts. Tracer and Widowmaker, for example, aren't very fond of each other. That sort of thing is always fun to listen to, of course. But this voice interaction is different, huh? You'd expect Ana to be threatening to take Roadhog in or something, but they seem kinda chummy with one another. Like, Roadhog and Ana put any differences aside because they synergize so well together in-game or something. The idea that Roadhog and Ana are low-key oomphies fills me with so much joy. And that's the kind of energy that keeps me here. That's why I'm excited for Overwatch 2, because of the characters. I'm here for the heroes. I'm in love with the characters Overwatch has given us. There's a reason I will probably never play a Call of Duty game. Generic military man with AK-47 and pistol secondary is never going to catch me like this flashy cyber ninja with shurikens coming out of his robotic hands. Or clinically insane gravity scientist who is cursed with a melody stuck in his head. Or a Buddhist monk robot firing levitating orbs at his enemies. I love the diversity of this cast of characters. I love the unique backgrounds, personalities, weapons, interactions, and color palettes all put together, working together. That's always been a beautiful thing to me. I wonder if I will ever be able to reconcile the beauty of this game with the corruption of the artist. I wonder if I'm going to spend the rest of my life struggling to separate the art that I love from the artists. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe those two polar opposites will have to put up with one another for the rest of my life. And maybe there's no working around the fact that bad things sometimes have to work with good things in order to make a better thing. Sorta kinda like Ana and Roadhog's newfound friendship at the end of this era of Overwatch, I guess. Goodbye, Overwatch 1. It was fun. Thank you for the memories you gave me. Thank you for being another step in discovering who I am as an artist. I'll see you again in Overwatch 2. Cheers.